TV presenter Xolani Khumalo leaves the court a free man, for now. Former Deputy Finance Minister Mxenge Jonas has been appointed as a special envoy to the United States. Will he be able to improve relations?
The Strover team are the 2025 South African champions.
And they're heading off to the first robotics competition in Texas. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The National Prosecuting Authority says several organs of the apartheid government colluded to present a false narrative of how Chief Albert Lutuli died. KwaZulu-Natal High Court is currently hearing a fresh inquest into the death of the former anti-apartheid activist. Lutuli died in 1967 and the records show he was struck by a train. The National Prosecuting Authority wants to overturn the initial findings of his death.
Evidence shall be placed before your ladyship, which will expose collusion between the security police, district surgeons, pathologists, prosecutors, and magistrates, including the magistrate that presided over the initial inquest on the 21st of September 1967.
The two remaining men who were found guilty of killing anti-apartheid lawyer Griffiths Mxenge have requested for the SA Police Service to fund their legal defence. Earlier today, the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in Pietermaritzburg kicked off its fresh inquest into the death of Mxenge. Mxenge died in 1981 after being stabbed 45 times by 3 apartheid police officers. Butana Nofamela, David Tsikalange and Dirk Coetzee were convicted for the brutal murder of Mxenge. Prior to their sentencing, they were granted amnesty by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Coetzee has since died while the other 2 men are retired. The matter was postponed to the 17th of June for a decision from the South African Police Service. Former Deputy Finance Minister Mxenge Jonas has been appointed as the first of President Cyril Ramaphosa's special envoys to the United States as the country continues to come under attack from President Donald Trump's administration. Ramaphosa said Jonas would be responsible for advancing South Africa's diplomatic, trade and bilateral priorities. Jonas's appointment comes as the presidency still mulls over a replacement for former Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, who was expelled from the US last month. Since Trump came to office, South Africa has been among dozens of countries to have healthcare funding cut and to be subjected to increased trade tariffs.
President Ramaphosa remains committed to rebuilding and maintaining this relationship for more decades on the basis of mutual respect, recognition of each other's sovereignty, and benefit for our respective peoples.
Another child has died after eating snacks allegedly bought from a vendor. It's understood 2 siblings in the Northwest complained of stomach cramps while at school last week. The little girls, aged 8 and 10, were taken to the clinic where the youngest died. Police spokesperson Adele Meiberg says the 10-year-old is still in hospital.
Mabatu police are investigating an inquest after police were called to a local clinic after an 8-year-old girl passed away. Initial investigations indicated that the girls bought snacks at a house in the village and ate it before starting to feel ill. Police investigations are continuing.
Former Sizok Tola presenter Xolani Khumalo says he's rebuilding from rock bottom after murder, robbery and malicious damage to property charges against him were provisionally withdrawn. Prior to his arrest in 2023, made headlines for taking on drug dealers on national TV. Khumalo made a brief appearance in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court today, expecting his trial to begin, but instead he walked out free.
I can be able to pick up the pieces of my life. A lot has happened. I've lost a lot of things. So I'm hoping that this will even open more opportunities for me to work and get work.
The woman believed to be the mastermind behind a fatal shooting inside the Weineberg court building appeared in the same court today. 35-year-old Shireen Matthews made a brief appearance in Weineberg Magistrates Court for the murder of a 50-year-old man in the corridors of the court building last week. Security at the court building was beefed up today ahead of the appearance. The state told the court Matthews is alleged to have recruited the services of the Junkie Funky Kids gang to kill the victim in retaliation for another murder.
We have been conducting investigation day and night since the day of the incident. This morning, what I can say is that we made second arrest. The person is being questioned, and also we have identified more people. So with time, we are going to effect more arrests.
Road Accident Fund CEO Collins Letswalo has dismissed claims that he fraudulently approved a multi-million rand office lease. A leaked Special Investigating Unit report alleges that Letswalo bypassed procurement processes to secure a 79 million rand lease for new RAF offices in Johannesburg. Letswalo insisted that all procedures were followed correctly and said no evidence of wrongdoing has been presented to him or the fund.
I sleep nicely at night knowing I've got nothing to fear. Whether it's an SIU investigation, whether it's any form of investigation, but it was a public protector's investigation, whatever, I'm open to that.
Justice has been delayed in the case of the Lusikisiki massacre.
The 6 men accused of the Lusikisiki massacre, where 18 people were shot and killed at Ngobozana village in Lusikisiki in September last year, appeared in the Umtata High Court, where they were supposed to stand trial. However, the court learned that they all have new legal representatives. This is, of course, except for accused one, Mzuki Sindamase, who has now opted to represent himself. The lawyers say that they only received instructions last week and now have to familiarize themselves with the case. The matter has now been adjourned to the 16th of May for a new date to be determined. Mtata.
In the Middle East, Hamas says it's prepared to release all Israeli hostages in exchange for a, quote, serious prisoner swap and guarantees that Israel will end the war in Gaza. Palestinian group left Cairo today after negotiations with mediators from Egypt and Qatar, two nations working alongside the United States to broker a ceasefire in the besieged territory. A senior Hamas official said they also want the withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Strip and the entry of humanitarian aid, accusing Jerusalem of obstructing progress towards a ceasefire. The Astrova Robotics team has taken to the skies as they prepare to represent South Africa in the first Robotics Championship in Texas. The team from Cape Town will compete alongside 600 elite teams from around the world.
The Astrova team are the 2025 South African champions, the Western Cape champions, and the National Inspire Award winners. And with this impressive track record, we have no doubt that they will make their mark on the global stage.
The competition will be held from the 15th to the 19th of April, and we wish them the best of luck. I'll see you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.